Hello and welcome back to Latasha Hewitt Homes. Thanks for stopping by my channel where we talk about all things home and life and everything in between. And I'm sitting here reflecting on the fact that we are in the last month of 2024. I can barely even believe it. It seems like just yesterday I was sitting in front of the camera talking about all the goals that I had for 2024, and now we're at the end of it. So I thought it would be kind of cool to go back and look at some of the goals that I wrote down in my trusty planner and kind of give an assessment of how well I think I've done in those areas that I set forth in 2024. And then we're going to do a little forecasting for 2025, some of the goals that we'd like to accomplish in 2025. So if you're interested in going on this little journey with me, all right, guys, let's jump into it. Well, first of all, last year, I gave myself a word for the year, and it was build. 2024 was going to be our build year. We were going to build on the skills we had acquired. We were going to build on our finances. And after looking at 2024, I definitely can say that a lot of that happened. I think that was a good word because it was kind of the driving force behind a lot of what I did and my mindset. It was always, we have to build. We can't stay where we are. We're building, we're adding layers, right? So I went back to my start the big picture. And some of the things I said is that I wanted to dream bigger goals, trying not to just stay with the status quo, everything that I was used to. I actually wanted to go beyond even what I thought was possible. If I had to give myself a grade on that, I think that I did that a little bit, but not as big as I envisioned when I first wrote that statement. I think in 2024, I did allow myself to be stretched. I took on challenges, things that weren't necessarily easy for me, things that weren't necessarily what I wanted to do, but things that I thought would be great for my growth. I took speaking engagements that I didn't necessarily want to do, but wanted to stretch myself to see what I could do. And I was proud of being able to do that. I also allowed myself to feel qualified for presentations. You know, I've been in my career for a while now, and you don't realize how much you really learn about the craft in over 10 plus years. And being able to share that with other organizations this year was a really big highlight. So I feel like I am allowing myself to dream bigger goals in terms of what I'm capable of and what I can do, and stop saying no to things that are just not in my normal wheelhouse. God above all, that was another big picture goal I had. I have to say that I definitely believe that this is true. My relationship with God, I feel, has grown. I talk to him a lot. I think about him often, and I really rely on him to guide what I do day in and day out. So I definitely want to always keep that as a priority and never take it for granted, which is why this will always be on my goals list. God above all. And then family first. I really wanted to spend some time concentrating on family, not just my immediate family, but also my extended family. And I definitely think that 2024 allowed me to do that so much, and I'm so grateful for it. I realized my daughters, they are teenagers now. It will not be that long until they are out of our house. That sounds crazy to even think about. And every time I say it, I want to cry. And so I'm trying to find ways to connect with them more, spend more time with them, create more experiences. And I think we have been able to do more of that. This year, we've traveled together more as a family. In some cases, I had the awesome opportunity of going to Ghana. I'll talk about bigger goals. Going to Ghana on a mission trip with my husband, which was so great for building our relationship because it has been so long since we've been away together for that length of time. And so that was awesome for us. And then I was able to, as you guys saw, during Thanksgiving, travel with my daughters, which was also great to have some time with them and be with extended family. And then earlier in the year, I traveled with my sisters to Florida, and we had a great time there. And in Thanksgiving with my family, and then Christmas coming up, it's really showing me that this is what I value, and work is great, but family time is invaluable. I don't think you can replace the experiences that you're allowed to have with your family. So I definitely feel like 2024 was a year of yes to family, and I think we accomplished that. The other thing I wanted to do was financial planning and building. And I'm going to have a separate video that kind of gives an overview of some of the financial lessons I've learned, where I feel like we've positioned ourselves financially. Some of the things that may be unpopular in terms of how I feel about finances and the methodology that we're choosing to use. I'll share about that in another video this week. We're going to be working on that one. But I definitely think that we're in the right mindset when it comes to finances. And I have to say, praise God, he's blessed in a way that even more than what I thought he would do with the finances, to allow me and our family to dream bigger in terms of our financial goals. And then just enjoying regular activities was another big picture goal that I had. And I think I am looking for more of those opportunities to say yes to invitations, to go to the parties, to go to the weddings. We were able to go to Guatemala in April for a friend's wedding, and that was awesome with my husband. And I want to do even more. I want to go to more concerts next year. I want to do more things. I want to live life, guys. I want to live life. And I don't think I did as many of those activities this year that I want to do, but I'm in the right headspace to do more of them in 2025. Especially with our children getting older, it'll be great to experience some of those things with them, but also just experience some things with my husband, right? All right, so those were the big picture goals. Now, here are some of the kind of drill down goals. Let's see. One of my personal goals, I had to exercise 5 to 6 times a week. And I have to say 90% of the year, I was very much doing that, hitting it, doing everything I need to do, closing my rings, Towards the end of the year, I kind of fell off because of the travel and things going on. My schedule got a little wonky, but we're going to pick that back up. I definitely have seen the benefits of keeping an active lifestyle, not just for my physical health, but my mental health and just overall structure of my day. So I would say the 90% of the year, I definitely did 5 to 6 times of exercise, like specific exercise, like 15 to 30 minutes a day. Eating healthier or cleaner. Once again, I really felt like the majority of the year I did well with this. Definitely trying to incorporate more salads and fresh foods into the diet. Being mindful of calorie intake. I don't consider myself a calorie counter. Don't think I ever will be, but I do think about it. I do look at how many calories a particular thing has, and I do make wiser decisions. I kind of have this mindset of it's not what I want to eat, but what I eat do for me? So now I'm looking at, this morning in the hotel, I was like, there's pomegranate, blueberry, and something infused water. And I was like, that sounds good. Those things are good for the body. I know that they are. So let me drink that. So I'm now searching out things that are good for the body as opposed to finding stuff that I want to eat and saying, is this good for me? If that makes sense. So I'm seeking out what's best for my body instead of focusing on what I'm eliminating. That's the key. I wanted to do more self-care monthly, and I created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I will say that based on the check marks I have, out of the 12 months, 8 of those months, I did have some intentional self-care. It could be doing your nails or getting your hair done. I definitely think for 2025, that's going to be every month because I'm just committed to taking care of myself, feeling good about myself, doing those things that make me feel cute, make me feel like I'm doing a little something, putting a little effort into myself. And I want to say to all of the mothers out there, it's okay to give to your children. I love giving to my children. I love gifting them. But don't leave yourself out. And let your children see you take care of you, okay? They will value you when they see you valuing you, okay? So we're going to make that high priority in 2025. Every month, we're going to schedule something for ourselves. And I found that by doing that for me, it has helped me in a major way. I didn't realize how much I was putting myself on the back burner. And self-care says, I'm worth the money, I'm worth the time, and I'm just doing it. Non-negotiable, okay? So that was great. I also had on here, read 10 books. I'm actually reading my 11th book, so that was an easy one for me. And that's because I actually took a couple of months off where I wasn't reading. And I missed reading. I still miss reading from when I used to love it as childhood, and I'm getting back into it. I'm loving that. So I'm definitely going to increase that number next year in terms of the goals for 2025. Under family, friends, and relationship goals, I have at least 2 family vacations. And so though we did not have necessarily family vacations, as I mentioned, the trips that we did earlier, they were places I went with family. Guatemala with my husband, going to Michigan with my daughters, and then we're going to Alabama with my daughters, and being able to go to Ghana with my husband. So those were not vacations, all of them. They were time away with family where we could enjoy one another. So I would give myself a check mark for that one. And then I had attend 4 activities with friends or family. So I was, like I said, able to do a wedding. I went to a birthday sleepover this year. Was able to surprise my sister for her 50th birthday. And so these are more of the activities that I want to build on. So we were just getting started in 2024. We're going to level up 2025, okay? In terms of heart and spirit goals, one of the things I really wanted to do was to increase my prayer life. And I am being more intentional about that, but I did not hit the mark with that like I wanted to. I really wanted to carve out like specific prayer time and just like pause in the middle of my day. Doing it at night is a no-brainer. It's kind of how I fall asleep. It's kind of how I center myself before going to bed. But I really want to find time during the day where I'm shutting out the noise, shutting out everything that's going on, and spending time in prayer. And so I'm going to work on improving that one for sure. And I have some ideas of how I want to do that, which I'll share in another video. But I also have daily devotional time. To me, this is non-negotiable. I don't feel right if I have not spent some time reading some piece of scripture, hearing some inspirational something. That's what gets me through the day. That's what fortifies me. That's what builds me up on a daily basis. I don't ever want to get to the point where I feel like I've read enough, I've been inspired enough, I've heard enough sermons, I've heard enough thoughts. No, I need it. Life is coming at us heavy and hard every day. And as much as we could use to fortify ourselves, the better. So daily devotional time, I definitely would give myself a check for that one. Now, financial goals. Like I said, I'll have a separate video for financial goals. But just some overall ones was to build the emergency fund, $10K plus. Did accomplish that. And I'll share more about that. But very happy to reach that mark. Invest $5,000. But I don't know if I guess I did invest more than $5,000, depending on how we want to look at that in terms of my 403B, and then just some of the individual stocks, or I should say mutual funds that we're invested in. But yes, additional payments on the mortgage. I wanted to do $100 extra a month, and then a lump sum like 1 month. Probably 6 to 7 months out of the year, we definitely did that extra $100 payment. Did not do the month ahead, but we're working on that, and it should be in place for 2025. Just kind of want to, chip into that biggest debt expense that we have and set ourselves up for paying lower interest over the long run. All right, and then work, career, and study goals. I had build a mortgage loan originator business. So that would be a big X. That did not work out the way I wanted. And the reason I'm saying it is that way is because it was a program that I thought worked one way with the real estate company that I'm aligned with, but it actually was something a little bit different. And for me, I wasn't sure if that was the direction that I wanted to go. So I really kind of put a pause on pursuing that. So I didn't really accomplish that in the way that I intended, but I didn't let myself get too down about it because I have a lot going on in life. And so I knew what I intended, and haven't given up on it. It's just, it did not materialize the way that I expected. And then I had real estate transactions, 6 of them is what I had on here. To date, I've had 4. 3 were rental properties, and 1 was the sale of a home. So that was great. Did not reach the 6 yet. I mean, there's still a couple of weeks in the year, but definitely still got 4, and that worked out great. So happy about that. But still want to do more in 2025. The other one I had on here was increased YouTube subscribers to 1K. And it's so funny because I exceeded that almost before I no, actually, right at the beginning of 2024, and it all happened Christmas time when I posted this video of my husband opening his PlayStation 5 for Christmas. I had no idea, you guys, that that would be such a hit of a video. But that was just a simple short, a 1-minute video that got over 1.5 million subscribers. I'm sorry, 1.5 million views, which then increased my subscribership to well over 4,000, which is where I am now. So that was one of the big boosts that I had in my subscribership. I am still not monetized, but that's our goal for 2025. And we'll see how it happens. I really don't want YouTube to become me chasing monetization, because it's not. It's just something I'm trying to do to give myself an outlet, give myself something else to do that's more me and expressive. And so that's what it is. So those were the goals that I had set and outlined with you online. I'll put the link to when I actually talked through those goals online. But overall, if I had to grade myself, you know, on that 100% scale for how well we accomplished our goals in 2024, I would definitely say it was a B. Not a B minus, not a B plus, just a B, like a 85, you know, a good old 85, meaning I'm so happy for what I was able to accomplish in 2024, and I see the change in 2024. And now 2025, it makes me even more excited about what could come in 2025. So my word for 2024 was build. So my word for 2025, I've been thinking about what I want to do, because I wanted to kind of be this trajectory. So after you've built, I feel like it's time to level up. Okay, so we've built up this nice foundation. Now it's time to level up. So our phrase for 2025 is level up. And I'll be sharing with you some of the things I want to do in 2025 in a future video. So guys, let me know, how has 2024 been for you? Do you feel like you accomplished everything that you set out in the beginning of the year? What are you happy about? What are you a little disappointed that you didn't accomplish? But I will say, to those who are feeling a little discouraged about having not met or checked off all those boxes, give yourself a little grace. When you give yourself goals, it gives you something to work towards. And though you may not reach that mark, at least you're on the path to getting to that thing. Imagine what would happen if you didn't reach for anything. You would get nothing, pretty much, right? So appreciate the small wins, appreciate the progress you have made, and let it motivate you to get to the level that you want to. All right, guys, thanks for listening. This is Vlogmas. I forgot to say at the beginning. This is Vlogmas day 7 for me, or 6. I can't remember, guys, but you'll see it in the title. We're trying to play catch up. We're trying to get back into our groove. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video, which should be tomorrow. Take care, everybody.